problems and issues to avoid when building mobile apps, web apps, and then SaaS software as a service. A few of these issues I've either known people to go into them, I've seen them online, or I've actually had some of them myself, and I'm going to speak about something I had, a story. So let's jump into this. So first things first is make sure you have the fundamentals. So essentially it's imperative to ensure that you've got like the basic knowledge and then the basic understanding of these apps, and then like software as a service, SaaS, web apps, all that kind of stuff. Just basically how they work, right, and how they operate, how they connect together. Because once you have the basic knowledge and the fundamentals, if you ever run through any problems, then you're gonna know somewhat like how to fix it, basically, right? It's not about learning to code. It's not about, being a software developer, because at the end of the day, we are just vibe coding, right? We're using AI, but it's still important to understand and think about these things, because the AI can do everything for you to an extent, right? Like you have to bring the idea to the AI to build that idea, right? So it's important that you still have a basic knowledge, basic understanding, and the fundamentals. So a quick brief list here, and I don't think I've missed anything. I think this is probably a very basic, good foundation to start with is front end. So that is your UI. So basically that is everything that you need to visually use an app, right? So for example, if you use like Instagram, you have like all the buttons like down below where you can click like profile, reels, homepage, search, notifications, or whatever, right? That. So that's your UI. It's how things actually look visually to the eye rather than like how they work. And then you've got the back end, which is basically storage and databases, is where basically, your app is going to retrieve the data to show people the UI, right? So let me just explain this. So let's say you got Instagram and someone follows you, right? Basically, Instagram, when you see someone's followed you, it's like got the little like +1, like little person icon to show that you've gained like 1 or 2 followers. That's the UI, that's front end, is what you see visually. But the back end is also connected to that, and that's going to retrieve the data from the database, whether you're using Supabase, Firebase, whatever you're using, to then actually show, okay, you've had 1 or 2 followers, and then it shows that in the UI, right? Makes sense? And then you've got the UX, so the user experience, and that's just basically what's the experience like for, someone using the app, right? Is it sleek? Is it smooth, easy to use? Is it friendly to use as well? Is it difficult? Is it hard? Is it complicated? You want to make it easy and simple, right? But also straight to the point as well. So you've got UX as well. And then you've got APIs, which API keys are basically just a way to connect two things together that are separate, right? So, for example, I'll speak about this in a bit, but my SaaS, my software as a service, I built called Focus Flow. There's a link in the description for you to check it out. Essentially, it's like Brain FM met Notion, right? So you can have task management, project management, right? And then you see all your stats. It's got deep work timer, and it's got lo-fi beats, it's got chill jazz beats, and it's got deep work focus backed by science, alpha, beta, wave science, music, all that kind of stuff as well, to help you focus and be productive as well. But essentially, I built that as a SaaS, a software as a service, right? It's not currently available on the App Store as a mobile app. You can use it on your, on your phone, like it's mobile friendly, but it's not actually an app yet. However, I am taking my SaaS and I'm building a mobile app version of it, and I'm just going to connect them up via the API. So all I've got to do is build the UI, right, which is the front end and how it's going to look. So it's going to look basically the same as it would on the web app / the SaaS that it is. Just obviously optimized a lot more for mobile and mobile users, and it'll just look better on there as well. But the actual database itself, the storage, so for example, let's say you right now, your name's bloody Rupert, yeah, you, Rupert, right, you go and then you go pay for, a month's worth of, what do you call it, Focus Flow, right, which I highly recommend you do, so go check that out, link in the description, and you do 3-4 hours a day of deep work and your lo-fi beats, and you track all your progress. You've got summaries, you've got all your stats on the page as well. You're tracking your projects and your tasks that you're doing as well. If you use that on the SaaS version on the web browser, and then you also have the mobile app on your phone, they will connect and update in real time together simultaneously, because the API holds them together and it connects the two. right? So that's what an API is. A simpler way of putting it maybe is, let's say, for example, you want to build a SaaS that presents all your Facebook lead campaign data very nicely. You would just take the API key for all the data from Facebook, connect it into your SaaS, and then just build a UI to make it look pretty with pie charts and graphs and numbers and all that crap. Makes sense? So it holds together. And then authentication, basically how can users sign up for your mobile app, your SaaS, your web app, whatever it is, to basically be able to sign up and log in, have an account, reset passwords, confirm emails, have a profile, billing, authentication, all that kind of stuff as well, right? So like I said before, once you know this sort of list, I could probably extend it a bit more, but I think that will cover you for the most part, and you'll just learn as you go. Once you've got these at a decent level, you can actually understand the app and ensure that you're building down the right path instead of just guessing, trying to connect random things, thinking, oh, this is the problem, that's the problem. So in terms of using the app, you actually just know how it connects and you know how it actually retrieves the data. So you can actually present that in a nice way and have good features on your SaaS mobile app, whatever you're building as well. Next thing, validating ideas and correct tools. So firstly, validating the idea. I speak about this in a few of my other videos, and it's important to do because, again, I've seen people not do this. I've seen people not validate ideas, spend all their time building it, and it didn't work. And look, in this game, that's the risk that we take. It's the risk. You can validate an idea, but it might just not work for some reason. That just can happen. But for the most part, if you validate it, at decent level, it's probably going to work. It's going to be okay. So you want to look at social media trends, what's popping off, what people are asking for, Reddits, subreddits, all that kind of stuff, what people are complaining about, what problems do you have in your life, what problems do your family have or your friends have that you might think, that could make a good app, SaaS, whatever. Maybe you work in a business, or you know people who have businesses that may need this sort of solution to a problem they may have. Does it already exist, but can you make it better? And if it does already exist and you can make it better, is it quite successful how it is now when you think it can be better as well? Or have you just made up some random crap? Because if you've made up some random crap, then, I'm going to make an app that tells you what type of leaf this is, I probably would go hard to it, actually, because people love stupid shit. There's like a mushroom app that does like 20k a month, something stupid, but point is, you want to do your market research. You want to make sure, is there a trend for this? Is there a market? Is there an audience for it? And is it like an actual niche as well? And then how can I obviously profit off this using, when it comes to marketing and all that kind of stuff as well. It's important as well when you want to validate an idea to use a marketing mindset, right? Try and think if I were to market this idea, let's not build the idea yet, but if I were to market the idea, how would it turn out? Right, and then next, picking a tool. So making sure you're using the correct tools for things. I see people use this. There's so many tools out there, Data Button, Replit, Bubble, Base 44. There's just loads of other ones, right? But if you're new to this, you probably are watching my videos. You just don't know where to get started. I'm going to talk about two things, right? So firstly, it depends what type of product are you building. Is it a mobile app or is it a SaaS or a web app? So imagine I've just drawn, let me get my little pen out. Let's go. So mobile app is one section, and then SaaS and web app is 2 sections. All right. If you're building a mobile app, you go cursor. Straight up, you go cursor, right? If you're building a web app or a SaaS, go Lovable. Now, you can build websites, web apps, and SaaS, like software as a service, with Cursor, but it's just so complicated. Leave that for the mobile, and that's what it's made for, and that's what it does best, is mobile apps, right? Other than that, web apps and SaaS, use lovable.dev. I think that's the domain as well. So make sure you're using the right ones, because you don't want to build something, and then you could use Data Button to build a web app or a SaaS, but it's probably just going to be ass, bro. It's going to be ass. So, yeah. Right. App Store and marketing. Right. So here comes my story. So you want to make sure that you set up your Apple developer account properly, right? Now, I would suggest make a new Apple account. Don't use your personal one on your phone. I just wouldn't recommend it. Just keep things separate. It just makes your life so much easier. And make sure that's for only business, right? It's only for your Apple developer account. Because you need an Apple account and you need an Apple developer account. And to make the Apple developer account, you have to use your Apple account. So make a new Apple account under Apple developer, and then you've got all that good. All that good. That's all good. And then account type. So, I mean, it depends. Like, are you set up as like a business, like in the UK? Are you a limited company, or are you a sole proprietor? If you're a sole proprietor, then probably put, sole proprietor. If you're an LTD, I would suggest you do an LTD because there are more benefits to it as well. And if it comes to selling your app, I do believe it's a lot easier if you're a company. Now, if you live in the US or any other country other than the UK, I mean, like European countries, I don't really know how your businesses work over there, so good luck to you. I can try and find out if someone wants a video like that, just put in the description and I'll do some research. But if you're in America, you probably got like an LLC or like limited liability company, whatever they call them. So if you got one of those or you can set one up, I would suggest do so. But if you want to pick solo, do go ahead, but still make a new account. Get a domain, get a nice email, professional, and then make a solo account as well. Now make sure you always have access to that email. You don't forget the password and you do not forget the phone number, because basically I set up an Apple developer account and I bought another phone number, a business phone number, okay? And I made a new developer Apple account. I used my new business email and then my new business phone number that I purchased. But this platform that provided me with this number actually charged every single month. So I actually missed the billing one month. I just didn't pay it. I just forgot, missed it, whatever happens. And I couldn't access that phone number anymore, and I had to wait probably like a week and a half, 2 weeks, as we were trying to put our app on test flight through App Store Connect, and I just couldn't get into Apple. I finally fixed it. There are ways to recover it, but if I were to tell you one thing, it's a pain. It's a pain, and Apple do not make it easy, and they will take their time. They don't work on weekends, and they reply at weird times as well. So just make sure you have access to all of that. And then when it comes to actually publishing your app, I should have put this on here on the slide as well, but make sure you're following the app guidelines. And they've just released new ones. Literally, I got an email like 1 or 2 days ago about this as well. So make sure you're within the guidelines as well. They will tell you where you go wrong. If you publish an app, they will tell you like this is a problem, and then you do have a chance to resubmit it. But I think you might only get a couple of strikes or something like that, and you just want your app to go live, bro, at the end of the day. So why waste time if you can prevent it? So yeah. And then you've got, let's move this other way. And then you've got marketing, right? So marketing is the biggest part, and it's the building blocks of your product and your business, right? You won't see any success, even if you have the best product, if your marketing is just the worst or just completely wrong and not how it should be. I understand. Why is that doing like this? I understand marketing can be hard, and that's just how things are, bro. Other people do it, you can do it. Don't make up excuses. So, like I said before, validating your ideas, look at trends, have a marketing mindset when validating an idea, right? Think about how could you market it, how would it be on social media, what would go viral, and who is your audience, right? Like, what's your audience for your niche? And then I would also suggest make sure you leverage all channels, all social media channels as well. So, for example, I leverage Instagram. Why is it doing that? It's really annoying me. So I leverage Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube for my SaaS focus flow. Why is that still here? Go away. For focus flow. And this is it here, focusflow.app. You can actually go to the domain and then check it out here. So I'm logged in right now. You've got deep work block timers. You can block all your time out. Then you've got different sounds. My headphones are plugged in, so you won't be able to hear this right now, but it's got ambient calm, it's got lo-fi chill beats, and it's got deep focus, alpha state, science-backed music for focus and productivity. Tasks and projects, you can have your different tasks and projects on here as well. Different projects, again, accessing more of the tracks to keep you, like, honestly, bro, if you're not using like any sort of like lo-fi deep focus work or ambient calm music when you work, bro, like, just try it, honestly, try it. And then you got your stats page, your progress. You can see your calendars, your daily summaries, all that kind of good stuff as well. Let's get back to this. So go check that out. But yeah, I leverage all sort of avenues. So Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube, and I'm looking at setting up Facebook soon as well. Now, if you are interested in learning to vibe code, build SaaS, build software, or a mobile app, and you sort of want more help, then come join our community. It's free at the moment, completely free community with like-minded people, and I have guides in there, bro. I have guides, I have courses and programs to help you through all the starting stages, the fundamentals, ideas, and building tools, and then guides on how to use the softwares and build as well. And then I'm also going to be setting up live builds so you can watch me build things live, SaaS, web apps as well. I might actually show building my focus flow from a SaaS into a mobile app via the API keys and stuff as well. So I've got live builds going on there each week soon, and then also I want to do weekly calls where I can just help people out. I can review their mobile apps, their softwares, their web apps, and just review them, tell them my thoughts. If they're looking for advice and maybe improvements, or they're stuck on certain things, and we can jump on a call as a community together, and I can just help you out. Have a look, bro. Other people can learn as well. And also updates on the newest tools. So I know Claude Code come out very recently as well. So talk about that. And yeah, I mean, look, join for free, bro. I don't know how long it's going to be free for, to be honest with you. There's going to be a lot in there, and it's only going to build more and more value. But it's free right now, probably as you're watching this video. So take advantage right now, get it free for life. There's a link down below, and I'll go over to this page. You can see I'm not lying. Look, fundamentals, ideas, building tools, build and work properly, how to build, marketing, maintenance, and then live builds and calls as well. So it's on the up. Link in the description for the free community and focus flow, and I'll see you boys on the next one.